Hey guys, Smart Sports here, and for today's video, I'll be breaking down some Joe Burrow film. So, this is against the Miami Dolphins in Week 4 of this year. As you can see, he has one back next to him. There's two receivers on the right, one on the left. There's a blitz here, and this does look like a potential crossing route situation. So, if he can get this ball out, first strike, it can be a big gain. So it's a play action. He rolls out to the right. It is indeed man coverage. He is doing this to buy time for the receivers to get downfield. But as you can see, pressure is coming, so he has to release it fast. And he ends up uncorking a deep ball to Tyler Boyd for a big gain. So that was a really good job by Joe Burrow to buy time for the receivers by getting outside of the pocket and then releasing the ball when it had to be released and get throwing under pressure for a big gain. So next, let's look at another play. So this is Week 7 versus the Atlanta Falcons. So here for two receivers on the right, there's a running back, and there's a receiver on the left for Jamar Chase. The right is kind of bunched up, looks like a typical four-man rush. So he can go a few ways with that. He can throw to Jamar Chase with like it going along with sideline and single coverage, or he can look for one of the two receivers. I believe that's T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd in the middle of the field, so let's see what he does. So here, as he is releasing the ball, the pocket's clean, and he can either try to throw it to Jamar Chase. Looks like Jamar Chase has a little bit of opening. He can throw it to Joe Mixon, who's beat his man. I believe that's T. Higgins, who's also beat his man. And he ends up throwing Chase open, and Jamar Chase runs it for the touchdown. So that was a really good quality of throwing a guy open by Joe Burrow. So as he released it, Jamar Chase wasn't really open, but he managed to throw it just back shorter, and the corner couldn't adjust in time, and Chase caught it, and Jamar Chase was able to run it into the end zone. Throwing the receiver open is very good quality for a quarterback because you can't necessarily wait for anyone to get like 2 or 3 steps on a man. So that was a very good job of throwing a receiver open, which is a very good quality for a QB to have. So let's go to yet another play. So here's Week 12 versus the Tennessee Titans. They were up 20-16 at this time. Fairly late in the game, within the last 5 minutes. So having a big play here would be helpful. Anyway, we have 3 receivers on the left, 1 on the right, 1 running back in the backfield. Looks like standard zone coverage. So we can do a number of things here. Can either throw it to P-line for maybe a yard or 2 gain, or we can throw it up to T. Higgins and hope he brings it down. Tennessee Titans don't really have that good of a secondary. T. Higgins is a darn good receiver, so let's see what he does. Ends up throwing it to T. Higgins. He makes the play. So there's just a job of recognizing one of your best receivers in single coverage, trusting them downfield, throwing up in a spot where he has a very good chance of getting it, and he ends up coming down with it. So yeah, and let's say like one more play. So this is Week 15. So here I get the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So by the goal line, 1 running back next to him, receiver on the left, 2 on the right. So you can see Buccaneers look like they're rushing for. Looks like the linebackers are centered around the middle of the field. We'll have a ton of safety help. So like an out route would most likely work. Let's see what happens. So with the queen pocket, he can do a number of things. Running back and another blocking. He can throw to Jamar Chase down the middle of the field. He has a step. He can throw to Tyler Boyd, by right sideline. He can throw to Jamar Chase. Ends up making a nice throw to Tyler Boyd. It's in man coverage. Threw it to place where only his receiver could get it, and no one else could. So, after these 4 clips, Joe Burrow has played pretty well this year. One of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. I would say he's probably a top 5 quarterback. Can pretty much do like anything a good quarterback needs to do for clips I saw. Like, he can win the big games. We've seen him win big games. He can make plays under pressure. He can throw receivers open. Can put it in places where either his guy gets it or no one gets it. So yeah, that was the film analysis of Joe Burrow. So yeah, that's all. And we'll see you guys next time for another video. Bye!